People of the earth, remember thy Creator and praise him, in this thou art created by thy God. Who see him not, who are weak in spirit, who see him in all things, and hear his voices in the leaves and every herd, are strong in spirit. These are the grades of the resurrection of the souls of men. For what is the earth but a foaling nest, and the possessions of the earth but chains of bondage? My heavens rest upon the earth. The place of the unseen is my keeping, and the places of the grades of my heavens have I adjusted according to the inhabitants thereof. I people the heavens of the earth with the spirits of the dead, according to their grade in their corporeal lives, so do I arrange them, to provide them unto everlasting resurrection, and make them rejoice in their being. These are the labours of thy God. For the beasts of the field, and the birds, and the fowl of the air, and for many animals that are companions to man, I make a place in heaven, where their spirits should survive for a season. And this animal heaven I graded one in the order of my heavens. For I saw that man on the earth had delight in them, and I provided unto him for his Essene unseen period, that he might rejoice in remembrance of finding his loves. And I made the animal heaven to rest on the face of the lands of the earth, even the same as the place the Essenes in grade 1. Remember, O man, thy Creator gave to every animal a season on the earth, but he limited them to a time to become extinct. Even so, and of like duration, made I heavenly period for the spirits of animals companionable to man. But for man I provided heavens above, where he should rise as to place, even as he rises as to goodness and knowledge. Magnify thy perception, O man, and thou may comprehend the kingdoms of thy God. Behold, the example thy Creator set before thee in the fashion of the earth. In large bodies he placed the lands, in large bodies he placed the oceans, not in little hillocks of land and little puddles of water. Even larger than these are the divisions and plateaus of the heaven of thy God. The heavens of the earth are separated by atmosphere oceans. I fill not the air of the firmament with angels scattered about, but I give unto them regions habitable and homelike, and I grade them suitable to the resurrection of the spirits of the dead. Consider the work of thy Creator, and the knowledge and simples he places before thee. You hold up a lump of salt, and it is solid and of dimensions, but cast it into water, and it is seen not, but dissolved and lost as to thy perception. And thou beholdest the earth, which has dimensions also, but the unseen world, thou seest not. As water is salt to the solvent, so is the unseen world, the to corporal things the solvent. By slow velocity holds the solid earth in its form, yet in external to the body of the earth, the swift velocity of corpore is magnified into dissolution. By vortices in the ether and are these things accomplished. In the atmosphere of the earth there is sufficient corpore to make many worlds like this inhabitable earth, and this corpore, which is in solution as to a person's eyes, floats in the firmament of the earth, its continents wide as the earth and deep as the earth, and there are thousands of them. And yet, O man, these are but the atmospherian heavens. These are the dominions given into the keeping of thy God. These are my kingdoms, heavens. As thou, O man, the earth sails thy ships abroad over the ocean, and to a new land going ashore does sail the people thereon, it becomes a new kingdom. Even so does the same thing happen in the plateau, the higher. Remember the magnitude of the Creator's works and the symbols he set before thee. Where the clouds float high, it rains not. Where they drag on the face of the earth, it rains daily. Consider the habitations of the resurrections of the dead, which are in the keeping of thy God. Even as to the square of the distance away from the earth, so are the grades of my resurrections. According to the exaltation of man's soul, so shall he inhabit the places I have made. According to his own soul's growth and development, so shall he ascend in my kingdoms, outward away from the earth, grade unto grade adapted I them.